today on how I don't want to get the wrong point across or trying to let us forget that at the end of the day, we're trying to build wealth, but understand that that wealth is not our self worth. Basically, our net worth is not our self worth. And this really hit me hard today because I was reading an article about how we're going through these times where economies, a lot of people being hit differently with. Hey, we're back, and I want to just really discuss today on how I don't want to get the wrong point across or trying to let us forget that at the end of the day, we're trying to build wealth, but understand that that wealth is not our self worth. Basically, our net worth is not our self worth. And this really hit me hard today because I was reading an article about how we're going through these times where economies, a lot of people being hit differently with either career changes, job loss, unemployment, right? Industries are being taken away or paralyzed because of the situation that's going on now. And a lot of us can kind of forget who we are, what we're here to do, and that at the end of the day, I love to educate myself, and I'm been studying and obviously trying to share these helpful tips that we can kind of get on track with our own future wealth and our own plans for our money. But understand that that doesn't determine who we are as an individual or even uh, as a human being, which is kind of the same thing. But this video is a little bit more of a personal touch on our personal finances, and that after watching this, I was reading an article about this author. From the name of the author, but the book was called Money Detox, and she's basically giving us examples of how basically her own family member, a brother of hers, committed suicide due to the fact that he had lost his job and he was filing for bankruptcy and didn't know what else to do. So he basically took his own life, right? And this is something that's kind of a little bit too common, especially here in America, where a lot of individuals, especially the high income earners, that are losing those value high earning positions and don't know what else to do after losing that, or how to downgrade their lifestyles or even live a different lifestyle. They just don't see them. They can't fathom them accustomed, basically getting used to living within below what they were living at, right? And it also created me to a point where sometimes we look at wealth, and when we say the word wealth, we understand it as this grandiose, a lot of money. We are like, well, wealth is a lot of money, and a lot of money is different to everybody else, right? For me, a lot of money could be a million. For you, it could be billions, right? But everybody has their own lifestyle, and that is where I feel like this video will kind of really help us understand that detaching yourself from your money is a great step in building your future wealth, because understanding that it's just it has no value to you as an individual, as a human being. It only helps you live a lifestyle that might make you happy. It's not gonna make you a better person. It's not gonna make you this person that you're gonna be able to mistreat others or just have no respect or value for anybody else, right? That's not what that is. Not is not for power in a sense. It's for your freedom to choose and have choices and options, right? As far as like what careers you want to work, the the lifestyle you may want to live, and not feeling guilty or shameful for doing it. And that's another tip that it came into that as well, which was talking about the book, was a lot of us are working around with money shame, right? We have to understand that a lot of us didn't choose this pandemic, right? Most of us couldn't, we didn't want this to happen. We didn't come up here and say, hey, it's gonna, I want to, be forced to stay home and not be able to provide or not able to work, being forced to collect unemployment, being forced to change careers, being forced to adapt to a whole new lifestyle of, as far as like taking vacations, enjoying the night dining, enjoying shopping, enjoying whatever it is that you enjoy, all being taken away from us, right? And I can speak from personal experience. I felt that money shame in the sense that I've been hit. Being a millennial, millennials that are watching, we've been through a lot of financial hiccups in our generation. Back in 2008, I remember when I did lose my job in banking, I did feel shame, right? I did feel this unworthiness, and even teared up and cried as balled up and somewhere in there. Oh wait, nobody knew obviously, but because I felt that I have let my family down, have let myself down, let my goals and whatever it is I was trying to create and work for, and all the debt that I had to still pay off, which was my student loans, right? And this really shook me, right? Because I thought that I had it all planned out, what was going to happen. I was going to pay my student loans with my job. Now that was taken away from me. Now I had to go get something different. That was not nearly the pay grade was I was making. So it really shook me. It really made me, it humbled me as well. But at the same time, it was a shameful experience for me, for feeling that I felt that I would never be the one without work, or not being able to produce society as the way I saw it. And my money beliefs was, you had to work to make money, and you had to do something in order for you to create some type of value for yourself. And I also believed that at that time that that was my worth, right? As a man, as an individual, that I had to provide and be able to work for something or make some type of money. And for me, going on unemployment line and collecting unemployment was a big it's a character builder, right? Not everybody's built for that. I know some people that say, I'd rather go out and do the worst of the worst jobs in order, instead of collecting unemployment, because they don't feel that's a wealthy or healthy character trait, that you have to ask for help in times of need. And these are things that we're going through again in 2019 and 2020 now, going into 2021. And it's a really, for me, as an experience that also not working during this pandemic, it still was the same feeling going to unemployment line and asking for help, and asking for basically government help in order to feed yourself, provide for yourself. But I'm here to tell you that at the end of the day, that is where I think your true character is built, because there's times that you're gonna be, as in any cyclical life, any market, any nature itself, there's gonna be ups and downs. And when you're on this journey to build wealth, my message in this video was kind of to understand and let you understand that we're all going to be in some places in our lives that we might not be so proud of ourselves for. But that's okay, and be able to forgive ourselves and forgive whatever circumstances you're in, and people that might have burned you, hurt you, blah, 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 etc., etc. Understanding that it doesn't last forever. And in our journeys to building wealth, on a little bit of lighter notes, it gets better, and these are the times that we sit down, we research, we learn, and we've really trying to understand why we do what we do, and how we can kind of make small steps to improve that, and eventually, for ourselves, enhance or even come out better than we were prior to whatever misstep or failure that we might feel in life, right? And if we could do one takeaway, it is, right now we're going through this last year and so now, almost a year and a couple of months, through this situation where none of us were prepared for, right? Uh, you know, people have student loans, mortgages, credit cards, and all these things that we have and we carry as consumers. And we're a lot of us have been basically hit from, our legs has been swiped away from us, and we're not able to pay these things, or we're not able to work in order to pay for our lifestyles. This is a big reminder for us to, in the future, that the future is never predictable. We can never really tell what financial things are gonna happen to us, and learning from these situations, and that we are gonna come out stronger, better, and learn as far as financial literacy. And if this is not a time for us to kind of really understand that we got to be a little bit more mindful of where and how we're spending our hard-earned money, there might not be a better time. When in times of, they say, desperation, a lot of us actually become better, stronger, come out even more creative than we were when things were comfortable and easy going. If we're not tested, I think we kind of forget the principles and what truly matters to us. If you're healthy right now, if you're able to watch me in this video, if you're able to order Uber Eats, if you're able to order DoorDash, if you're able to put gas in your car, if you're able to buy groceries with no headaches, right? If you're able to enjoy a movie and order a movie on any type of subscribers, you are doing better than a lot of individuals around the world. And if we feel that we're building wealth for the future and we don't think we're wealthy now, then we'll never be able to wealth. You understand that you already are wealth. You have what a lot of individuals around the world might not have or do not have, right? If you're watching me right now, you have internet. If you're able to walk without pain and you're able to breathe every single day, you're healthy. You're able to choose what you want to eat. You have food choices, which a lot of individuals don't have. If you have clothes on yourself, you have a lot of things that a lot of individuals lack around the world. So I just wanted to bring a little bit different perspective, that although I'm here trying to help us build wealth for our future, doesn't mean that we're not appreciating the moment and where we are right now and how much we have so far. And all we're really trying to do is be able to educate ourselves a little bit more and really understand the concepts of building wealth and how some certain behaviors, as small as they may seem, really impact us in the long stretch of life. It might not, we might not obviously won't see in the short run, but in the long run, all these small things that we start learning, start implementing into our lives, are what really makes us look back in our young days and say, wow, those habits and those behaviors that I kind of implemented really changed my future. But that doesn't mean also building wealth. I know it's a little bit of a long video. Doesn't mean that building wealth doesn't mean you can't enjoy the now, right? Don't live like I was watching Minority Mindset. He goes, don't live in a box and not spend no money. We're here to enjoy ourselves in the moment as well. We don't know about tomorrow, but be very, smart when it comes to something away for your future, because we don't know how long we're gonna live. And the last thing I think we all want to do is come to the age of retirement and not be able to either provide for yourself or provide for your family. And that's kind of where the motivation and the inspiration for me is, in the long run, to build wealth for my family, and hopefully they can follow that and they can not have to have as many hurdles or struggles, especially when you come from obviously urban communities and minority groups, and we don't have as much access as those that are well off. So don't how can I put it in easy context? Don't forget that your wealth or your net worth is not your self-worth. And I really wanted to quote from the book itself, Money Detox. You are building yourself to be a lot better with your finances and personal finance, but where you are right now, where you have come or where you're going, doesn't really pertain to who you are as an individual. It's just about the knowledge you have now and being able to use it for the future, and not blame ourselves and kind of judge ourselves and shame ourselves for not knowing what we didn't know back then, when maybe, I know for me, credit card debt, student loans, all these things that we're dealing with, we know it now, and now it's for us, up to us to now moving forward really understand this and change our own personal stories, right? So hope that works out for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.